I'm deeply grateful for everyone who helped me to piece this book together. Jayasekara who have been instrumentally been helpful for gathering information. Well, unsung hero of our time is Jayasekara, who have never liked to come forward much. Before I even asked him, he said like, you don't be able to speak anything, I'm not going to say anything. My word, I have seen this through the viewfinder. There is a chapter about like Jay, Dylan, and you, the world you have seen through the viewfinder. Each one of your names are being mentioned there, but not, as I said, like not everyone. Some of them not being mentioned purposely because they did not want to go on record. Those are silent heroes. I really admire those people. And I want to thank retired Captain Prashant Ratnayaka who have been editing the book, Sanders graduate, and everyone else, mostly my son and beloved Admiral for helping me out, for not helping them after coming work, after coming home to that work. Keep on writing the book. This book will reveal some of the characters that who don't even want to come here today. They're silent people. They're just fading away to the history. Again, what I want to show the world is like the next generation at least to read this book. That's the only reason I wrote it in English. Next generation of the expatriates like not going to read it in Sinhalese. But we will have our identity as Sri Lankan, not Sinhalese, not Tamil. Those are just languages. We are Sri Lankans forever.
Challenges with unwavering strength. The people who transform their adversity and hardships that they have faced into opportunity. Their stories are not just about migration, but about identity, belonging, and the unbreakable bond between two nations, and the love British Sri Lankans have for both brilliant nations. This book is not just a product of a few days' work, it is the result of months and months of dedication, patience, and love. Every day after long hours at work, Karthi would sit down with his manuscript, refining every word with care. He reached out to countless individuals in our community, listening to their stories, ensuring that every account in these pages was rooted in truth, experience, and history. He wanted to do justice to these incredible journeys, making sure that every voice was heard and that the experiences shared were both authentic and meaningful. Throughout the process, our home became an extension of his writing desk. He would often turn to me for my thoughts on a passage, and if my response wasn't quite what he wanted, my mother would soon find herself infused as a neck critic. This book became a family project for many years, but more than anything, it was a passion project for us. He poured his heart into these stories, and I know he's incredibly excited for all of you to read them, especially because so many of you will recognize the people, the experiences, and the memories woven into the pages. Tonight, we celebrate their voices, their achievements, and the storytellers who are so passionately brought them to life. Thank you all for being here, to sharing this moment. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the man behind these stories, Don Asela Jayasekara.
Welcome to the evening, everyone. I appreciate every one of you coming sacrificing the weekend. Well, first of all, I want to let you know this book has nothing to do with any political background. No one has forced me to write this, or this is not reflecting any organization or a personal achievements of paper. This book is about us. Literally, it's about us. You, me, and everyone who was there. When we were carrying the Sri Lankan flag, either in a demonstration or a cricket match, that patriotism, that's been calculated. That's what we are. Life oftenly looks like not. I mean, like life has always been a struggle. It's not been fair most of the time, and it's unique for us because we fight our battles in the foreign soils. More than once, like all of our lives have been tested. Like we have faced this struggle and challenges. We have been pushed into limits financially, physically, or emotionally. By the way, like living far from the comfort, as I said, is the biggest challenge. This book is not an epic tale of Sri Lankans who were living in UK.
First and foremost, I would like to thank my dear friend Don Asela Jayasekara for inviting me to share a few words as the editor of this remarkable piece of writing, Beyond Borders. As you all know, writing a book is no small task. It requires time and effort. It takes passion, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of storytelling. Today, I'm sure my friend Asela is happy and proud to celebrate the result of that hard work. Asela has dedicated this masterpiece to the Sri Lankans who migrated to the United Kingdom dreaming of greener pastures, whether they succeeded or not in their pursuit of a better life. What is surprising to note in this book is that these stories and individuals are not fictional. Most of them are still living among us. With a sense of difficulty and regret, Asela brings attention to some of the controversial individuals who exploited the system's rules and benefit for personal gain. Yet, beyond these challenges, the book captures a greater truth: our resilience, our sacrifices, and our unbreakable spirit as Sri Lanka.
Jayasekara Pyramid, President of the British Sri Lankan Forum, has been a steadfast supporter of initiatives that celebrate our heritage, our people, and our shared experiences. His dedication to strengthening the bonds within our community and his encouragement throughout the creation of this book have meant so much of that. It is a privilege to welcome him to the stage to share a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Jayasekara.
I met him long time ago. He joined British Sri Lankan Forum from the very beginning, but he participated a lot of our activities. He monitored and observed very carefully what we were doing in the past.
It is with great pleasure that I invite Mrs. Jayasekara to the stage to share a few words.
For inviting me, and also thank you, all of you, to be here to support it, because it's important for the writers to get support from their readers and family. I came 1970 here. I didn't want to come. My husband writing. I was writing when I was in nursing school. So the institute told me, I'll talk about it in a minute, okay? What is writing? Why is writing coming? Because he said he wanted the record of our community. I run through it really. That is the start. Now you all can have inspiration. You can take your children, grandchildren, and go for research and talk to people. Oral history, record them, take a video, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and put it on. And tell the Sri Lankan people, we are not eating chicken curry and hanging around, but we are helping each other, looking at each other, that kind of thing. So when I was a little girl, I was writing poems and so on.
Respected leader and a close friend of faculty. Her dedication to education, cultural preservation, and community service has left a lasting impact in so many lives. It is only fitting that she joins us on stage to share a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Ramya Jayasekara.
Everyone, I've heard a lot of things. I don't know what to say anymore. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this very special occasion. If I say a few things, as Jayasekara said, I don't know the contents of the book. All I know is he wrote a book. I like to take a few minutes to talk about Asela, the author. As the son has been, he said so many things and history, all that. Actually, like Jayasekara mentioned, Asela had so much courage to research about history, not even Sri Lankan history only. When I talk, he's like a, what can I say, it's like an encyclopedia. The knowledge he has, I'm beginning to think what I know compared to him. That kind of knowledge he has. So like Jayasekara said, most of the time when he called me, we talk as well when we get time. When he asked mainly about topics in Buddhism, we argued. We ended up in like, no, that's okay, we can talk another time. So that shows how much, the knowledge, experience, research he has done. So, sometimes, we all are very busy in our lives, especially in this country. To find time when you are working as a full-time person, it's not easy to find time to read and research and write. So, I'm very impressed, the knowledge he had. If you talk about Sri Lankan history, the king's time, he knows a lot.
So, I will return to Sri Lanka. No more dreams, but for real. I long for those moments when I can sit back with a cup of Ceylon tea and relax. Perhaps I will indulge in reading a good book, accompanied by a lion lager or a glass of Arab on rocks. I'm sure Prashant will tell me money to put ice cubes could be more than on the rocks by my side. I pray those days are not too far off. I hope Sri Lanka remains the same as I have held her in my heart. Hopefully, I'm still the same person who once felt deeply in love with her. I hope to see her as I did all those years ago when I left. I hope she will forgive me for the betrayal. I hope. Thank you.
Your presence, support, and participation have made this book launch truly special. It has been an honor to celebrate not just the book, but the incredible stories and people it represents, alongside all of you. For those who would like to buy and take home a signed copy of the book, Karthi will be at the front, ready to personally sign and dedicate copies for you. It is a book filled with passion, history, and heartfelt stories, and we hope it finds a special place in your heart. Before we officially conclude, we invite you all to stay and enjoy some light refreshments. Please take this time to connect, reflect, and continue the conversations that have made tonight so meaningful. Once again, thank you all for being part of the celebration. We truly appreciate your time and support, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of the year.